Hi guys, hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Shells, and if you love all things sewing and fashion, then you are in the right place. I create content around sewing, fashion and a little bit of lifestyle, so if those all sounds like things you're interested in, then be sure to keep on watching. Ooh la la la. Ooh la la la. Ooh la la. Firstly, I'd like to kick things off by wishing everybody a happy new year. By the time this video goes live, we will be in 2025. I picked up a bit of a cold, guys, hence the sound of my voice, so do forgive me for that. But I thought in today's video it would be good to go through with you all everything I made in 2024. I'd done one of these videos in 2023 and you guys seem to really enjoy it, so I thought it would be fun to do another one. It also gives me a chance to reflect on my sewing projects and also the growth that I've made over the course of the year, and it also helps me to think about what other things I like to sew in the year ahead. So everything on this rack is what I made. I counted a total of 29 pieces. I think this is everything. If there's anything I've missed, then hopefully we'll get to it during the course of the video. But yeah, here is everything I made during the course of 2024. I'm going to go through them with you all one by one and have a bit of a chat about them and let you know my thoughts and feelings on the projects, the patterns, and anything else worth mentioning. So let's dive right in. I will start off by saying I did have a few sewing goals that I wanted to achieve in 2024. And this is where doing a video like this is really cool for me, because I get to see if I was able to achieve those goals or not, and also help me to think about what goals I want to try and achieve this year or carry over into this year if I wasn't able to achieve them in 2024. One of the first things I made in 2024 wasn't even a piece of clothing. It was something I really wanted to get into during the course of the year, but I only managed to make this one, and that is a bag. I sewed the Vicky Sews Sora bag using a Teddy Sherpa fleece fabric, which I absolutely love. Unfortunately, I don't have it in my possession anymore. My sister took it from me, or demanded I give it to her, I should say, when she had my niece, and she used it as her baby bag. The size was perfect, the fabric was perfect. She also really liked the color, so I don't have that in my possession anymore, but I do have I will pop a picture of it or a video on the screen so you guys can see that. I really do hope to make this bag again, and I want to try sewing it maybe in a leather fabric, something that's going to be more durable and more reflective of my personal style. I have all the best intentions, guys. The Vicky Sews bag may get sewn again for 2025. My next project is definitely an essential, I think, living here in the UK during the winter months. It's a puffer jacket by Norris Danta Ford. Now, it's kind of been a tradition for me to sew a piece of outerwear each year, and not just to sew a piece of outerwear, but to sew a piece of outerwear with a fabric that you wouldn't normally find in the fabric store, but more so in the home department. So last year, I'm not sure if you watched my everything I made in 2023. If you haven't, I will link it down below. But last year, I made myself a trench coat out of rugs from IKEA. So essentially what I like doing is taking a piece of homeware and making it into something streetwear, and 2024 was no different. I used a couple of shower curtains and I made myself this puffer coat, and I absolutely love it. I will pop a picture on the screen or a video. I didn't take much photos in 2024 of my pieces, guys, I realized, which is something I hope to change this year, but I did have a video of this project in motion, which I will pop on the screen now. I love the fit of this jacket. It's very warm. I also love the print of the fabric, or of the shower curtains, I should say. One thing about me, if you're new here, I don't often sew with prints, but I really felt this one was cool, and I'm so glad I chose this color and this print. and I love how it turned out, and I will definitely be getting loads of wear out of this in the current season because it's freezing right now here in the UK. So yeah, that was project number 2. I don't know about you guys, but I am all up for sewing the menswear patterns. I'm somebody who also shops in the menswear department. So sewing menswear patterns for me is the same kind of thing. When I was preparing for this video, one thing I realized I'd done a lot of this year was pattern testing, and I really enjoyed it. This next project was actually a pattern that I tested. I absolutely adore this pattern designer and everything he does. He's very good at denim and details, and his name is Brandon of Happily Dressed. He released a pattern earlier this year called the Ranger Jacket, and I was fortunate enough to be one of the pattern testers. I seen it and immediately applied, and I was so happy when I was chosen. This jacket is gorgeous. It's definitely a staple of mine that I cannot wait to continue wearing in 2025. So here's how I'm looking with my Ranger jacket on. As I said, one thing or two things Brandon does well is denim and details. So his patterns look really great when sewn with denim, and the little details he adds and the top stitching, perfection. As you can see, one of the things I love about this design is the pleats on the front. I chose a contrasting stitching to go over this dark indigo wash denim, which again I love. I think it's such a classic wash and also perfect for winter and all year round, to be honest. Me being me, I couldn't sew this jacket without giving it something gorgeous to go with it, so I made a matching mini skirt. You guys, if you're new here, I love a mini skirt. It doesn't matter the season, I will make a mini skirt, I will wear a mini skirt. And this is my mini skirt that I made to go with the Ranger jacket. This is the no zip A-line skirt by Blue Dot Patterns, which I also made last year, and I absolutely love this outfit. If I wasn't chosen as a tester, guys, I would have definitely picked this pattern up, and as I said, it's one of those great wardrobe staples. I really like the curved collar, and as I said, the pleats on the front. I like that it's a staple, but it's different from the normal denim jackets you will see out there. I'm not going to go into this too much in this video, but if you're new here, I am very much an intentional sewist, and I spoke in my Everything I Made in 2023 video about how this changed my sewing game in 2023 and my outlook on fashion and wardrobe building in general. So I am always on a journey to fill the gaps and voids in my wardrobe, but also build a wardrobe that I love, that reflects my personal style and that will stand the test of time, and also share with you guys how you can do the same. So trying to bring order to my wardrobe and help you guys. What I realized I was lacking in my wardrobe last year was some good basics and elevated basics. So I made myself some basics and elevated basics, and I've created a video on this on my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in seeing that, go ahead and give it a watch. I explain what the difference is between the two. I also shared some sewing patterns you can use to create your own basics and elevated basics to add to your wardrobe. So one of the first things I made was a long sleeve, and this is very much a basic. I said I don't do prints, but I feel like stripes is a good alternative to a printed fabric for me and my style. So this was one of the first basics I made out of a nice slinky smooth feeling cotton jersey. And one of the things I like about this top is that I chose to do the neckline in a contrasting ribbed knit fabric. I like that it's basic, but that little detail just gives this top a little something extra. Another goal I wanted to try and achieve in 2024 was to do a little bit more pattern drafting, so creating patterns from scratch, and I was able to do that quite a bit, and I couldn't be more proud. I am very much a sewist who, no matter how long I've been sewing, I still very much rely on my instructions. I think it's just a comfort thing, but this year I realized I was able to sort of let my creativity run free a bit, which you will see as we get further into these projects. But pattern drafting was something I really wanted to get into a little bit more, and I pushed myself, and I think I succeeded in doing that in 2024, so I couldn't be more happier. Now, when we got onto the elevated basic parts of my basics and elevated basics videos, I created this dupe of a viral tank. I don't know if you guys recall the Y Project invisible tank top. This is my duped version of that tank top, and I actually drafted the pattern myself, and I also created a tutorial showing you guys how you could do the same from an existing piece of clothing. I will link that video in the description box for you below. This is probably one of my favorite makes of 2024. I think it's such a lovely elevated basic top, and it's one that I know I will have for years to come, and I don't think something like this is going to go out of style anytime soon. It's a great layering piece. It can be worn by itself. I can adapt the length. It's just one of those patterns that I really enjoyed drafting and creating for myself. One of the next elevated basic tops I made was this Vicky Sews Mindy top. The hanger does it no justice. This is definitely a top that looks better on. I will pop a video on the screen. I made the Vicky Sews Mindy in 2023. This is like a one-shouldered asymmetric neckline top originally. I hacked this top to create a crew neck and also add another sleeve. I did make it during the month of March. We're starting to get into spring, so I wanted something that was more weather appropriate, and I love how this turned out. I love the fabric, I love the color, I love the style. Again, I've said it already, I'm a big fan of Vicky Sews patterns. I think they're very trendy and on point. The next project I made was this cotton shirt. This is a shirt by Nomi Patterns, and it's Nomi 2052. This is a shirt and pant pattern. I've actually sewn both of the pieces. There are some details on this shirt that make it a little bit more elevated, and it's the simple double cuff detail that stole my attention, and I just love this shirt. It's got an oversized fit as well, which I love. You can style it up or style it down, or even wear it as a layering piece. The next elevated basic I made was another self-drafted pattern, and it's one that I was inspired to make just through seeing it on Pinterest really. And towards the end of last year, I seen this sort of style quite a lot on Instagram in a dress version amongst a lot of the Instagram girlies. So I made last spring this off the shoulder ivory spandex top, and I drafted this pattern myself from an existing piece of clothing. I did create a tutorial on how you can do this too. It's in the description box below if you are interested. I absolutely love this top, and I think it's just a beautiful elevated basic that can take you from day to night, and I look forward to also making this in different lengths. It's one you can adapt and make into a dress, which I think would be so cool. I just didn't get around to doing that. Now, the next few projects I made when the weather started warming up, and one thing about me, I'm not a trend follower, but I don't mind trying a trend. This next project was a trend that I just had to give a try, and again, it's another self-drafted, or hacked I should say, part hacked, part self-drafted mashup of a creation. In 2024, I became an ambassador for So Confident, and part of my ambassadorship involved me creating projects based on themes that they would give us. And the theme for this project was trends. I had a look at the trends that were out at the time and thought about what I wanted to try, and I created a low waist or drop waist puffball dress. Now, drop waists were trending and so were puffball skirts. I mashed the two together and I created this dress from this beautiful viscose knit. This is so soft on the skin and almost sheer, so I did have to double line it, and I made the skirt piece out of a cotton fabric. I do wish that the lining I used was also white. I mean, it doesn't take away from how gorgeous this dress is and how much I love it. I'm not sure if it's something I'll wear again in 2025, which is why I tend to stay away from trends, because they come quickly and they go quickly. But we'll see. But I really love this project. It's one that pushed me creatively, and it was one that I would also consider a success. My next project is definitely one of my highlights of 2024 and probably one of my most favorite projects. Around the same time that I became a sewing ambassador for So Confident, Chris of Unsocial reached out to me on Instagram, asked if I would be an ambassador for her Pattern Hackathon 2024 challenge. I was nervous. I was also honored that Chris thought I was good enough to be a part of her challenge or be an ambassador for her challenge. But me being who I am, I quickly said yes, because I'm always up for a challenge. I do like to learn, I do like to push myself, and this challenge definitely helped me to grow as a sewist and achieve things I didn't know I was capable of achieving, because I'm not much of a pattern hacker. As I said, I very much rely on my instructions when sewing because it's a comfort for me. But this project sort of allowed me to throw all the instructions out the window and get as creative as my capacity would allow. And I took part in the Pattern Hackathon challenge along with some other amazing sewists. There is a video on my channel about that journey, so if you're interested in seeing the Pattern Hackathon challenge, learning more about it and seeing how I came up with my design, then go ahead and check that out in the description box below. I really love how it came out. If there's one thing about me, I am gonna leave something to the last minute and then work my ass off under pressure to get the job done. And that was a reoccurring theme in 2024 for me. It happened with my Pattern Hackathon project by no fault of my own. It also happened with the next project I'm about to share with you, and that was my wedding guest outfit project. My baby brother got married in August and I wanted to make my outfit. I wanted to make two outfits just to give myself options, but I only had enough time to make one outfit, and just about enough time. I also created a video on that. This is my wedding guest outfit that I wore to my baby brother's wedding, and I couldn't be more proud with how this turned out given the amount of time I had to sew it in. I got so many compliments on this. I looked great in it, I felt great in it. I opted for a polka dot print. So this is the girl who doesn't do prints doing a print, one that I felt comfortable with. It's definitely something that wasn't too outside of my comfort zone. I would definitely make this project again. Something that happened to me in 2023, and I feel like I kind of carried it into 2024, and it was a goal of mine. I wanted to learn how to get a better fit with my sewing projects. During the course of 2024, I'd been losing weight, started going to the gym, changing my eating habits, getting the results that I wanted. And it's difficult because one week I'd sew something and I'd be a certain weight or size, and a month or two later I'd sew something else and I may use the same measurements, so it may not fit as snug as it could. So with losing the weight, my issue has been that sometimes I don't believe that I am that weight. So that's kind of been my approach. It's a bit of, I don't know if it's body dysmorphia. I don't believe I am the size I am, or I won't sew for the size I am, which is crazy. I know I definitely need to snap out of that for 2025. But when it came to my wedding guest outfit, I actually sewed the size that it said I was, and I've never sewn or been able to sew a size 18 bottom garment for simplicity patterns. So I was amazed when it fit and at how good it fit, and it was the same for the top. So I've learned that I need to follow the instructions, measurements when it comes to the size, and not what I think is in my head. Yeah, absolutely love that project. The next project I did was another pattern test that I done for Lizzie Design Studios, and it is the Astrid vest. I immediately applied to test this pattern because I seen it and I knew it was definitely my style. I would describe my style as clean, classic, comfortable, and this was definitely giving me clean and classic, very chic. And I picked up the fabric for this project for £2 from the remnant basket in my local fabric land, and I couldn't be more happy with how it turned out. It's definitely not giving £2, that's for sure. And I love the color. I love the type of fabric I used, which was like a sort of twill. This was definitely a hit for me, and I cannot wait to make this again in 2025. One of the things I've learned when testing patterns is not to use your best fabric, because you are there after all to help the pattern designer test the pattern, and for them to then go back and make adjustments if necessary. Now, there was some adjustments that had to be made to this pattern, but this is very much a wearable toile. The next few patterns I made to take on holiday with me, and I don't own many maxi dresses, and I ended up making two back to back. The first one is the Mood Clementine dress. I've seen a lot of people make this pattern in 2024, and I wanted to give it a go. I thought it would be perfect for my holiday, and so I did just that. I made it in a beautiful red fabric. As you guys know, I don't own much red clothing in my wardrobe, and I don't know why, because it does absolutely look gorgeous on my skin. And I also chose to make it in a maxi length, and I absolutely love how this dress looks and feels on me. The fabric was perfect. It was, I think it's a lightweight, I'll put the name of the fabric on the screen, guys. This isn't a viscose fabric. I cannot remember what it is. This year, I am definitely brushing up on my fabric knowledge skills. That was something I wanted to do in 2024, but we're gonna have to get this sorted on 2025, because I hate not being able to say what fabric it is. But yeah, I love the Clementine dress by Mood Fabrics, and even better, this was a free pattern that I would make again in probably a different length next time, and maybe a different fabric choice as well. But love this dress. The next maxi dress I made and took on holiday with me was another pattern that I tested for a pattern designer by the name of Etta Patterns, and it's the Cecily dress. Now, unlike the other few patterns I tested, unfortunately this pattern did have a lot of mistakes in it, and unfortunately for me again, I made the mistake of using some good denim fabric that I had, some good lightweight denim fabric that I had. I feel like I was a bit too confident that all the other designers I had tested for more or less got their measurements and everything right. So I do have to make adjustments to this dress. All has not been lost. It's just a bit too big for me, that's all. But I absolutely love this dress. And I remember when I was shooting it out in Barcelona, me and my mum, and I had people staring at me in the traffic and giving me loads of compliments. So it's definitely one that I want to make adjustments to so that I can wear it again in the future. The dress does come with straps, but I opted to remove mine and just have it like a bandeau style. I love the length. I do love the fabric that I chose to have it in, and I do also love the design. I'm not sure if adjustments have been made and this one is up on the website for sale yet, but it's definitely a pattern that I was grateful to test and one I'm glad to now have in my wardrobe. As I said, I don't own many maxi dresses, but I made 2 this year, so I was really happy about that. I'm always glad to fill voids and gaps in my wardrobes. The Cecily dress would be really gorgeous in like a cotton or a linen type fabric as well. It's definitely a holiday or summer type dress, just like the Clementine dress actually. But yeah, love them both. I just said I made 2 maxi dresses, and guys, I actually made 3 maxi dresses this year. The next dress I made was my second project for So Confident. The theme was party dresses, and I love a slip dress. I think they're classic, very versatile, and I opted for a slip dress, but I wanted something with a bit of a twist, and the Vicky So's Lucia offered exactly the type of twist I was looking for. I made this dress in a satin. I think it's a viscose satin. Gorgeous, soft, drapey, very, very good quality from So Confident. And I made the Lucia dress. As you can see, it's in this gorgeous royal blue fabric with a pop of color in the back, which everybody seemed to really like. And I love that that was a last minute decision for me to add that pop of color. And I think that this actually makes this dress. Without it having that pop of color in the back, I don't think it would have had the same effect. So I'm really glad I followed my instincts. Absolutely love this dress. Again, it's one that I made a size too big because that dysmorphia started playing with me again. But I really, really wish that I sewed this dress in my actual size because it's just so beautiful, and I definitely plan on making adjustments to this so it does fit my body a bit better. But it's definitely one of those dresses that, you know, will be a head turner and one that I can have in my wardrobe for years to come. Very simple dress, but it just speaks volumes. I love it. One of the next things I made was a pair of jeans. I don't own many me-made jeans, but it's definitely something I want to get into a bit more because it's something I'm lacking in my wardrobe. So I need more jeans. Me-made, ready to wear, doesn't matter. I need more, and I am looking to invest in more. So my next pair of jeans is the Know Me 2052 jeans by Butte J'adore. Absolutely love how these turned out, and I do like the fit. However, next time around, I feel like I need to make adjustments to the rise so that they come up a bit more on my back waist. They do come a bit low. That's definitely something I'll bear in mind next time, but I didn't have to make any adjustments to these jeans, and they do actually look amazing. I sewed them in a rigid dark denim, well, black wash denim, and I love the front panel detail on these, and that I decided to leave the overlock seam edges exposed. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think I should have hidden the exposed seams, or do you like that I left them exposed and the detail that they add to the trousers? It was a last minute decision, just like with the Lucia slip dress and the pop of color, and one that I'm glad with how they turned out. But let me know what you guys think. Absolutely love the Know Me 2052 pattern, both the shirt and the jeans, great. Just getting into the last few bits that I made for 2024. There's quite a few repeat projects on this rack, I'm realizing, guys. And it is the Vicky So's Reba hoodie. I really was hoping to sew this hoodie with some sleeves, but unfortunately the fabric I had didn't allow for that to happen. I started cutting out before check-in, and anyway, we've gone ahead and made another sleeveless Vicky So's Reba hoodie, and I still love it, and I love how I styled this outfit. that you see me styling the Vicky So's Reba hoodie with is me down to a T. When I put this outfit on, I did not want to take it off. I felt so good. And for me, how an outfit or how a piece of clothing makes me feel is just as important as how it makes me look, because I know if I feel good, the looking good comes automatically, in my opinion. So yeah, the Vicky So's Reba hoodie, I made it in this black sweatshirt fleece fabric. Will I make this hoodie again? Yes, I probably will. Next time I will make sure I have enough to sew it with sleeves. They do have various ways to hack this pattern as well. I may also try one of their hacks, but it's definitely one I was glad to sew again for 2024. Rochelle of Rochelle Handmade Designs is another amazing lady I met in 2024 through the Pattern Hackathon Challenge. She has an amazing channel here on YouTube, always giving you the latest information on the hottest patterns out and all the good deals. So definitely check her out if you haven't already. I will leave her details on the screen for you all. But Rochelle invited me to be part of her Beat the Clock challenge that she does here on YouTube live with other sewists. She and another sewist pick a pattern to sew within 2 hours. Now, unfortunately, I did not beat the clock, almost, but almost doesn't count. I didn't beat the clock. Rochelle did beat the clock, third time lucky. I will be hopefully redeeming myself in 2025 with Rochelle and the Beat the Clock challenge again. So I chose, ooh, that brought me back actually, because this was something else I made for my holiday. I chose to make the Clueless wrap skirt by Puff and Pencil Patterns. I made this for my holiday back in September and thought it would be a good pattern to make again. This time though, I wanted to sew it up in this gorgeous brown suede fabric that I seen in my local fabric store. Here is the brown suede version I made on Beat the Clock, or partially made on Beat the Clock. I had to finish off camera, but this is the Clueless wrap skirt by Puff and Pencil Patterns, and I absolutely love how this looks in this fabric. And me being me again, just like with the Ranger jacket, I couldn't make the jacket and not make something to go with it. This time I made a skirt and I made a jacket to go with it, and it's another Norris Danterford pattern. Immediately knew I had to get this pattern when I seen it. I'll leave the pattern details on the screen. Here is the jacket that I made to go with my Clueless wrap skirt. It's not completely finished. I've still got unhemmed arms and I finished the waist hem, but yeah, absolutely love the fit of this jacket. And I don't really do brown, but I'm feeling myself in this. Brown is definitely not a colour I sew with that often, but it is a colour that seems to be trending at the moment. So again, there are trends I do like to try, and I couldn't be more happy with the fabric choice and the colour I chose for the Clueless wrap skirt and jacket combo. I even love how it looks with what I'm wearing now. And these two together, skirt and jacket together and separately, I'm always looking for versatility in my wardrobe. I'm looking to create pieces and add pieces that work really well together and separately, and this falls into the category of versatility for me. Let me know, guys, what do you think about this? Do you like brown? Do you like the suede? Really like this pattern. Don't want to take it off. The only thing I wish with this pattern, guys, is that I could have found a gold zip to use. Unfortunately, I don't have the best fabric shops where I live, and I was too impatient to order one online, but it's not a problem I'm worried about. Once I finish the hems, I can then get around to sharing it on Instagram. So this is actually a YouTube exclusive. I've not shared the jacket or the skirt or anything I'm about to show you from here on out on Instagram yet, so you will be seeing it here first on YouTube. The next thing I made, I think, was a fail. I may pop a quick video on the screen for you because I did shoot the content for this. I just wasn't happy with the quality of this make, so I didn't feel it was good enough to upload and share to Instagram. But it's something, again, that I made in 2023 and thought I would try again and make it in 2024. It's probably the fit, I would say, is the issue with these. They are too big. I sewed the same size I made the last time I sewed these up, so that's probably my fault, and there is an easy fix to that because I can just make these smaller. But it's the Your Tailor cycling, well, they are shorts, but I extended them into leggings, and they are also unfinished hems at the moment. But what I love about these leggings is the details. As I said, I will pop a video on the screen so you can see what it looks like on. You may also see what I see when I wear these, why I didn't feel it was good enough to post. But these leggings, definitely something I want to sew again. Something I don't have much of is just easy throw on clothes that will keep me looking stylish and put together when I'm out and about. I'm not the type of girl that dresses up every day. I do like things to be practical. I need comfort, I need ease. And things like this are quick and easy to throw on, and I also need warmth for this time of year. So I feel like I need to add some pieces that will tick all of those boxes to my wardrobe for 2025. And I feel like this was a fail, but let me know what you guys think about these. And that's it, guys. Everything I made in 2024 wrapped up in one video for you all. Definitely hope to be a bit more consistent here on YouTube in the year ahead. I know I fell off towards the end of 2024, but life be life in sometimes, guys. You know how it goes. If you've made it this far in the video, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. Drop a comment and let me know what your favorite piece was, and if you plan on adding any of these to your sewing project plans for 2025. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Ooh, la, la, la.